Welcome to the experimental video for Experiment 3, the Acetylation of Ferrocene. Start with a drying tube and your dried round bottom flask as connected as such, and place a bob of round cotton wool inside your drying tube. Thereafter add some calcium chloride balls in the top part of the drying tube, in the little bulb of it as illustrated here. Just enough to cover the bulb part, and then add some more cotton wool in the drying tube itself. You will place your round bottom flask with its drying tube on a steam bath, meaning it's hovering over a beaker containing boiling water, which you fetched from the kettle, on a hot plate which is turned on and which is clamped just slightly above the water level, allowed to steam. Also place your stirrer bar inside your round bottom flask and ensure that it stirs. Then add your 1.5 grams ferrocene, which will be provided to you, inside the round bottom flask before you proceed. Next, quickly weigh off your acetic anhydride, or measure off your acetic anhydride, and add it to your round bottom flask in the reagent fume hood. This needs to be done in your dry conditions, and hence you need to transfer it as quickly as possible. Next, collect your 1 milliliter of phosphoric acid and add it dropwise to the reaction. Of course, this part you need a stirring reaction mixture, so ensure that your reaction mixture is stirring while you add it dropwise. Now you will allow your reaction mixture to stir for 10 minutes. Thereafter, you should remove it, and you will have collected 20 grams of ice, onto which you will pour your reaction mixture. You can use some distilled water to quickly flush out your reaction mixture should there be a lot of your product still left in your reaction flask. You can just add this to your ice mixture in your beaker. This will now be left until all the ice has melted. Next, you will add your sodium bicarbonate to neutralize the reaction mixture. Be careful in adding too much at one time, because remember, this is the classic volcano experiment one does at school. If you add too much, you will have a reaction which will overflow your beaker and you will lose some of your product. You can use a glass stirrer rod to break up some of the bubbles to ensure that you do not have an overflowing reaction mixture. Even if gas evolution does not cease, actually I've never seen it stop, you can continue onwards. Place your mixture now in an ice bath to allow all your solid to precipitate out. Finally, we will wash our product using a sintered funnel and some distilled water. As always, you can use distilled water to flush your reaction beaker to obtain or to collect all your product from the reaction beaker, and then subsequently wash your product as well with the distilled water until that goes in is the same color that comes out on top, or that goes in on top is the same color that comes out at the bottom. Finally, you will allow your product to dry on a watch glass. Again, using no heat. You will not use a hot plate or the oven. You will only allow it to dry on a watch glass, so to air dry for half an hour to an hour in your fume hood. Be careful not to place it somewhere near to the back of the fume hood. Place it somewhere more forward in your fume hood, otherwise the vacuum will collect your product on your behalf. Finally, as always, remember to discard of your waste in the correct waste container, marked for the appropriate practical, and do not spill as I did. Also remember to record your yield or your mass for your yield calculations of your dried product. Thank you for watching.